Hey, it's Michelle coming to you with some kitchen inspiration. I'm making cottage pie, not shepherd's pie. The difference is shepherd's pie is made with ground lamb, and I'm using ground beef because that's what I have. And so that turns it into cottage pie instead of shepherd's pie. So I've got my mix and chop. This is an old one from years ago when we did help with cancer pink items. When you buy this now, it's all black, but it works exactly the same. So I got to get my ground beef all cooked up in here. So I like to chop it up. It'll be easier to chop once it starts cooking. And this is my 11-inch 5-quart saucepan from my Brilliance cookware, which is a little bit blue on the outside, kind of like blue cast. And I'm gonna prep the rest. In the microwave, I have my rock crock Dutch oven with potatoes and milk in it, getting the getting ready to be mashed. All right, I want to show you this fun new tool. This is our cup slicer. I love this thing. Watch this. I'm just going to line these babies up, and you're going to be amazed how fast you can slice your mushrooms. Or look at that, all of them sliced. Then you pop it on the bottom here, and it pushes them up in there, gets them out of the blades, and now they're ready to go into my pie whenever I'm ready to use them. And actually, what I'm going to do is I kind of want them a little bit smaller because I don't have that many. So I'm going to just do it a second time and kind of, cut them a little bit more. So if you were doing like hard-boiled eggs and you were going to make egg salad, you could do it and then turn them around and do them again so you can see how small they are now. So that's my cup slicer. I love this thing. It's so popular. We actually sold it out. It's the fastest selling item ever. Previous fastest selling item was this. The mix and chop, so that's a really big deal. I wanted to show you that. Okay, a couple other things we're going to prep. I lost it. So to make the gravy taste good in the bottom, I always like some onions and some mushrooms. So we're just going to get our onions ready to go here. So I don't follow a specific recipe for doing this. I just kind of throw it together in the old way in whatever I have in my kitchen. Okay, so that's what you're going to see today. So I'm going to use my trusty old food chopper to get my onions nice and small. I want them small so nobody notices them in there. So they give the flavor without the big chunks. So that's why I just kept pounding them until they were small. So you can hit them just a couple times and you get big pieces. You can hit them a couple more times and you get chopped. But I want them pretty small in this recipe. So I'm going to kind of chop the heck out of them. All right, let's get back over here for a minute and look and see how we're doing. So as this cooks, you're going to want to chop and turn a little. This is such a funny item because you could give it to somebody as a gift, and a lot of people buy these as stocking stuffers at Christmas time. It's a great gift, but a lot of times you have to explain to them what it is. Because they'll just leave it in the drawer, they won't know what to do with it. Once they start using it, they will fall in love with it. And anybody who makes tacos or chili or sausage gravy or anything like that is going to be completely in love with this tool. Okay, let's come back over here and pull my food chopper apart. It goes right in the top rack of the dishwasher. It just opens up the wings like that. I think I'm just gonna put the onions right in the pan. So I want to get them out of my way to do the next part of the recipe. Doesn't really matter when they go in. The longer they cook, the better they're gonna be. So I'm gonna rinse this board off a little. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is I bought some actual Irish cheddar, but you can use any kind of cheddar you have in your house. But I was at Aldi, and they have this delicious Irish cheddar there. So I'm gonna use that. And actually, this is our old microplane. We have a newer one, which is even nicer. But the old one was in my drawer right here, so that's what I pulled out. And there's nothing wrong with it, so I keep using it. The new one has 2 blades. It has 2 sides. One side has small holes and the other side has big holes. So this one is only single-sided. It only has 1 set of holes. So the new one is superior in that. And of course it does have a finger protector, which is important when you're grating certain things and not going crazy with my cheese, so I will try not to grate my fingers here. This cheese basically just goes on top, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm gonna use the whole block though, because I like it cheesy. It's always better to grate your own cheese. It's healthier because it doesn't have as many chemicals on it, because when they do with cheese is they put like a wax coating on the outside to keep it from getting moldy. So on a block it goes on the outside, but on pieces it goes on every little piece. So you're eating a lot more of that wax preservative if you buy it already grated. And the difference there is not just that you're eating more of it, but that it really impacts the flavor of the cheese. So you can use half as much cheese if you grate it yourself, because it has so much more flavor when it's without all that extra wax. It's also way cheaper to grate it yourself. So if you have the time and the energy, I recommend that you do that. All right, these open up flat so they can go on top of a bowl, and they go in the dishwasher like that. And then they close. Okay, so that was, I need to move this out of the way because my microwave just finished. We're gonna go back here for just a second. Yeah, can you see that? Yeah, okay. And, whoops, work on this. I want my ground beef completely cooked. And then I want my onions cooked also. I'm gonna dump my mushrooms in now. Okay. I got my onions and my mushrooms in here with the ground beef, so they're getting sauteed. And I want my ground beef cooked nice and small, so I'm kind of beating it up with the mix and chop. It's gonna make sure every piece is nice and small and that it's thoroughly cooked. Okay, excellent. Next. All right, pulled my rock crock out of the microwave. Test it. Sure my potatoes are cooked all the way. Oh, they're not quite ready. You know, some potatoes cook faster than others. It depends on the type of them. I'm gonna put them back in the microwave for a few more minutes. Okay, while that's working, we're gonna make the gravy, because honestly, the gravy is the most important part of this dish. At least that's the way I look at it. I love gravy, I'm a gravy girl. I'm gonna put 2 cups of water in here. This is my small batter bowl. Put 2 cups of water in, and then I'm going to use, I actually just like this McCormick brown gravy mix. It's completely up to you what you guys use to make your gravy. I use my adjustable measuring spoons. Put a couple of spoonfuls of this in. And then I have my mini whipper. Give this a nice whip. Just pop it over to get a spoon. Alright, so another thing that's going to go in here is some Gravy Master or Kitchen Bouquet, whichever one I have in my closet. Usually it just depends on what they had in the store. Sorry, I'm digging for it. Oh, it fell over. That's why I couldn't find it. Okay, so I've got some Gravy Master. It does have a little bit of a flavor, but mainly it changes the color, which is nice. Gives you a nice beef gravy color. Maybe a teaspoon and a half. Sorry, I want to turn my temperature down here on my beef, and I hit the wrong button. Okay, I'm going to give this a taste. No, it needs more. Okay, so that was 2 cups of water and 4 tablespoons of Gravy Master. I'm also going to put in some good red wine, which is from an open bottle. Sorry, I thought the cork was going to pop right out since it was previously opened, and this cork is being difficult. It's giving me a little exercise. Guess I need to get the wine bottle opener out. Some red red wine in your gravy. It makes a huge difference on the taste. Oh my gosh, this is really being difficult. It really doesn't like me. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to put about a quarter of a cup of red wine in here. Let's see how this tastes now. That's good. I actually think it needs a little bit more of this gravy mix. I like it to have the flavor of that. So I'm going to put another tablespoon in. All right. Now I'm going to take this gravy and dump it in this pan. And I still have this on because the mushrooms and onions are cooking. The beef is done, but the mushrooms and onions are cooking. So let that work in there. The other thing that goes in here is a bag of vegetables. I bought this bag. It doesn't have lima beans in it. Normally I would just put peas and carrots in, but the store I was in didn't have any peas and carrots in a bag. But they had this one with string beans and corn. So no, as long as it doesn't have lima beans, because I'm not a fan. I'm gonna put that in there. And we're gonna let that heat up. So this is an all-inclusive dish. It's got dairy, protein in your meat. It has your veggies, and it has your carbs with the potatoes. So it basically has everything you could want in it. You know, everything, all of your main food groups. Okay. That will do my mashing for me. Sorry, I'm making a mess in my kitchen. Do my mashing for me, which is my new deluxe stand mixer. So we're going to use that to do this. Okay, so how do you make your mashed potatoes in the microwave when you're using your stovetop for something else? So I peeled them, I cut them up in like thirds. I put them in the rock crock. I add about half a cup of milk, depending on how many potatoes I had. And then I put them in the microwave with the lid on for 10 minutes. These ones took a little bit longer. They might have just been really fresh, I'm not sure. Okay, so I'm going to dump these in and I'm going to show you guys how this works. But I can't, I love the bowl on this new new mixer because it has this nice handle. Oh, these are very hot. All right. Sorry, hot, and then it slipped. So I pour these in there. Okay. All right, they're in the bowl. I'm gonna pop the bowl onto the mixer with your standard, sorry, it's hard to do things with one hand. Your standard paddle on there. Push this down, and I gotta turn it on. Okay, and now I'm gonna use the mix setting. There we go, mix. It doesn't need to be that long. Thinking about a minute and a half. And I'm gonna let it mash my potatoes for me. So nice, they'll be nice and evenly mashed. I don't have to work so hard. I like to put some cream cheese and some butter in my mashed potatoes. Oh, I guess I should have put the thing over the top. That's so funny. It never shoots the flour out, but it did shoot one of my potatoes over the side. So I'm going to microwave some cream cheese and some butter in one of my little prep bowls, and then I will mix those into my potatoes before I put them on top of my cottage pie. So once they're spread over on top of this, then I will put the shredded cheese that I shredded on top, and then I'll put the whole thing in the oven, which reminds me I need to start my oven. So here, let's see. Notice that all of a sudden the mixer got faster. That is one of the beautiful things about our mixers. It starts slow and then it speeds up. And depending on the setting, it goes really, really fast on some settings, which is nice. But I like that it starts slow so it incorporates your ingredients before it beats the heck out of them so they don't shoot all over your kitchen, which is so nice because otherwise my old KitchenAid, I always had flour on the floor. I never used it that there wasn't flour on the floor. Didn't matter how slow I started it. So this is really nice. It also has this really nice lid, which I probably should have put on there, but I didn't think I would need it for this, which keeps the stuff from flying over the top also. Okay, so that was it. That was 1 minute and 30 seconds. I have beautiful mashed potatoes. Of course, the spatula's dirty, so let me rinse it off. Look, they're so nice. I can't wait to eat them. So anyway, that was what I wanted to show you. Thanks for joining me. I hope you guys have a great evening.